How's it going, everyone? Mars here, bringing you guys the news in a flash. Let's get right into it. Nintendo has put out their new Nintendo Direct, which reveals a bunch of new games and details on upcoming games. We got tons of new details on big titles like Mario Tennis Ace, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, which is now set to be released on May 18th, Square Enix's new RPG, Octopath Traveler, which has a release date of July 13th, Kirby Star Allies, Dark Soul Remastered, which got some new gameplay, and the announcement that it's getting an amiibo for Solaire of Astoria, aka the King of Praise the Sun. And Splatoon 2 is getting a pretty big free update this April with tons of new cosmetics. I think it's over 100. New maps and a new rank, Rank X, which is like an extreme rank. This will then be followed by a new single-player expansion that is set to come out sometime this summer. We also learned about new ports that are coming to the Switch. That includes Undertale, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Okima, which is a beloved PS2 game that is making its way to the Switch with an HD version this summer, Little Nightmares Complete Edition, South Park The Fractured But Whole, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which has me very curious if this character will be making an appearance in the last game that was announced in the Direct, and that is Super Smash Bros., which I'm so fucking excited for. This is set to release sometime later this year. Now, there was a couple of cool things that were showed off in this teaser. I mean, the teaser itself was freaking badass as hell. But one thing is for sure is that the Splatoon characters will be joining the roster. Two is that Link is rocking his Breath of the Wild appearance, but Mario still seems to be rocking his classic look and not his look in Odyssey. And I'm also curious if this is going to be a new title in the franchise altogether, or if it's just going to be a port of the Wii U version. Either way around, check out the entire Nintendo Direct below, though it is over 30 minutes long, so I did leave a couple of links down below for you guys to check out as well. Moving on from that, Paramore has announced that they are heading on a massive North American tour with support from Foster the People. Check out the dates for that below, and I do want to mention right now that there's going to be a lot of tours in this episode. For some reason, a lot of bands announced a lot of tours this week, so just be aware of that. Evanescence has announced that they are heading on a large North American tour that kicks off on July and runs all the way into September, and support will actually be coming from Lindsey Sterling. Check out the dates below, and this tour sounds like it's going to be awesome. Those two combined in the same tour, perfection at its finest. Avenged Sevenfold has announced they are heading on a massive North American tour that runs all the way through August into September, and support coming from Prophets of Rage and 3/8 Grace. Check out the dates below. Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson has announced they are heading on another Twins of Evil tour, which is basically a co-headliner tour featuring the both of them. That tour kicks off in July and runs all the way into August. Check out the dates below. I don't know if any of you guys remember Fyre Festival. It was supposed to be this lovely festival in the Bahamas in 2017 that was supposed to combine the luxuries of being rich with this beautiful music festival scene, but what ultimately ended up happening was probably one of the biggest shit shows of 2017 that led to tons of festival goers being stranded on an island. The luxury villas and gourmet meals the festival goers were promised actually turned out to be just like FEMA tents and prepackaged sandwiches. And then along with that, there was also issues with security, with some people even reporting that the hired security had looted their tents. And there was also problems with artist relations as the band started bailing from this festival even before it kicked off. Mind you, this was something that people had paid thousands and thousands of dollars to attend to, and was even being promoted by social media influencers like Kendall Jenner. And of course, after this entire disaster happened, the organizers were hit with multiple lawsuits accusing the organizers of defrauding ticket buyers and seeking up to $100 million in damages. And on June 30th, 2017, the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York finally charged Billy McFarland, the main organizer of the festival, with wire fraud, which he originally pleaded not guilty to. Now, why are we back on the story again? Well, according to CNBC, Billy McFarland has now pleaded guilty to the 2 counts of wire fraud, with these counts alleging that he misled investors about his company's financial health. I think my phone... Well, that was pretty freaking weird. It wasn't actually my phone that went off. I actually captured somebody's voice in the audio. If you go back and listen to it, you can actually hear somebody's voice in it. Which is weird because my microphone isn't omnidirectional, and I'm guessing I caught somebody outside of my apartment. That being said, where was I? Okay, so he misled his investors about his company's financial health in order to obtain their investments. Now, with all of this, he could face up a maximum of 40 years in prison. I don't think he'll actually get that big of a sentence, but it is a possibility. And his sentencing is currently set for June 21st. If you guys are interested in learning any more about this, I will leave the links down below for you guys to check out. Treyarch has announced their 4th installment in the Call of Duty Black Ops series with a new teaser. The game is set to release on October 12th, and right now we don't really have a whole lot of details on it. We don't know whether it's a futuristic shooter or a modern shooter or, you know, like a past shooter or something like that. There is going to be a community event which will reveal new details around the game. That's taking place on May 17th, so hopefully we'll get more details around it then. But right now, I don't know. I know a lot of people are worried it's going to be a futuristic shooter. I hope it's not. I hope it sticks with this more modern boots-on-ground combat that, you know, these games have been kind of shifting back to, at least for a little while. But if you guys want to check it out, it'll be down below. Shinedown has released a new song called Devil, which is off their new album, Attention, Attention. You guys can check that out below. And along with that song release, they also announced they're heading on a co-headliner tour with Godsmack. Check out the dates for that below. And finally, one last tour, I promise, but it's a big one, so it's important. And I had to include it, and that is Slayer, extending their final tour into another leg. The second leg of the tour will take place in North America and kick off in late July and run all the way into August. Though, that is great, especially if this is really going to be Slayer's last tour. As for support, I'm not really sure, but I am thinking it's going to be the same as the first leg with Lamb of God, Anthrax, Testament, and Napalm Death. But don't hold me to it. It could change. Anyways, if you guys are interested in checking out the dates for that, it'll be down below. And finally, the Wonder Years have put out a new song, Pyramids of Salt. Check it out below. It's awesome, as always. Thank you guys for joining me for this episode. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you want more. Share the video so it helps the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Mars out.